Hi, this is Jim Durgenti with GamersList.com. I'm here with Matt, the community manager for Darksiders 2, and I just got done playing a demo, and it's a hell of a demo, man. It's a lot different than Darksiders 1. You guys have added a lot of cool features. I noticed that you can pick up loot now. Do you want to talk a little bit about like the loot system, and it's not just loot that you get armor and stuff.
Yeah, I mean the loot system within Darksiders 2. I mean, if you remember from Darksiders 1, basically you upgraded your weapons by using them and fighting with them. In Darksiders 2, we included a fully robust loot system. So enemies, bosses, mini bosses, they're all going to drop gear. They're all going to drop weapons, secondary weapons, and based upon that, there's going to be tiers. You're going to have 5 different tiers all the way up to what we call possessed weapons. The possessed weapons are when it gets really fun. Basically, you can feed your other weapons into possess, and it will inherit those traits. So basically, you're customizing your weapon to how you want to play. It's great. And then on top of that, you have all the gear. You can equip different gear that has different stats on it to, enhance the skill trees as well within the game. So if you're more of like a magic-based user and want to do a lot of summoning kind of things, you can, and you can improve your gear around that. Or if you want to be more melee heavy, and just get up and close with the edge, you can do that as well. So the loot all enhances all aspects of the game.
Okay, great. Yeah, and so with the weapons, what'd you call it again?
The secondary weapons, or
No, I guess it's like
possessed
all
weapons?
the possessed weapons. I guess that's like augmenting your weapon almost.
Kind of. I mean, every weapon has a tier of possessed weapons. So you have your primary weapon, which is going to be your scythes, and then you have your secondary weapons, which will be you have your heavies such as maces, axes, hammers, and then you're going to have more melee specific like tonfas, bucklers, claws, gauntlets, and so each one will have their own or multiple versions of possessed weapons, and then based upon which one you like, you equip that, and you can feed that, your other higher tier weapons, and control the stats on those. It's really cool.
All right, and I also noticed I know a couple other things I picked up. I was like, one of the things was gold. How is that going to play into it? And also, I asked you before about this. About you're going to be able to sell items obviously when they become obsolete and stuff.
Yep.
Can you? So how does the gold system work? And the store, and like, will there be like stores, or how will you sell stuff in the game?
Yeah, in the first game, the currency was souls, as you remember. In this game, we've moved to a loot system, so we're using gold as your currency. We also have collectibles around the world. You didn't see any in the demo that you played today, but we have boatman coins, and both those coins and gold you can then use to purchase and train to enhance and unlock weapon maneuvers or gear and whatnot. And then the gear that you do pick up, you can sell to get more currency to use for other things that you want. So, I mean, there's going to be a hub within the game that kind of Death will go to, and he'll train on his weapons. He'll, buy gear. He'll do all that great stuff. So it's a lot to do, a lot to focus on if you want to do that.
Awesome. Now, before you said you guys were happy with Darksiders 1, but with Darksiders 2, it was almost like this is the goal that you set out when you started Darksiders 1. What is the biggest difference, or the biggest change in the game, or the best accomplishment you would say that with Darksiders 2?
Well, I think the biggest accomplishment and change is going to be Death. You're not playing War, you're now taking reins of the second horseman, Death, and he's a lot different character. As you saw in the demo, he's quick and agile, he's more roguelike, he's feral, he can, vertically climb, he can grab onto things. Why War was that big tank. Obviously we have the loot, we have in-depth skill trees. I mean, just those features alone are just expanded the game, and then on top of that, the game is just huge. Like, the Maker's Realm alone is as big as Darksiders in its entirety. So I mean, it's we really focus to make a big game and make it fun and long. We have a 25 hour long straight critical path campaign that doesn't include any of the side dungeons or content you could play within the game.
So if I just ran straight through the game, all just doing the story, it would take me 25 hours. So
roughly, but maybe even longer. So I mean, if you're the type of guy who goes around and wants to find everything, it's definitely going to take you a lot longer. So.
And in the first game you're playing War, and now you're Death in Darksiders 2. Have you guys thought? I mean, because at the end of Darksiders 1, you know, that was an awesome moment for me, and I'm sure a lot of fans of the game. Have you guys thought about, you know, future titles, you know, where you may be playing, I don't know, another character?
You know, it's Darksiders 3, 4, 5 are always thoughts on our mind. You know, it's a great franchise. We love it. But, you know, it's all going to come down to how the fans love Darksiders 2. You know, if the game does well, obviously we're going to be working on a next one. So pick up the game and enjoy it and, you know, support us.
Okay, great. And I know there's no co-op in the game. It's just straight single player. But do you guys have a DLC plan for it?
We have announced DLC currently, so if you pre-order the game, you get access to our first DLC, which is Argyl's Tomb. We haven't really announced the details of what's in there, but if you do pre-order before the game comes out, you will get that for free, and then we'll probably follow up with more content down the road, and we'll be sharing more details around that shortly.
All right, great. I just want to get more insight on the game, and it's awesome. I can't wait for it. It comes out when?
August 14th in North America, so it's coming just less than 2 months away.
Excellent. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks for checking us out.
Thank you.